In the bottom right, our Protoss player, he is
Dignitas Seed.
And in the center left, our Terran.
Acer MMA.
Alrighty, so keep an eye on what these guys want to open with here. I would imagine MMA is going to go scout heavy, maybe a Reaper opening. Seed on the other hand. I guess what we'll be waiting to see is, does he get double gas before expanding? You got me coughing now, Tasteless.
Actually, I feel like I'm a little bit sick.
I don't feel sick at all, but
I got a little tickle in my throat.
Yeah.
Midglade was sick. I might still be sick.
yeah, he was
Everybody
sick.
in Seoul's getting sick.
I already went through with that. I am not getting sick again.
Sick city.
Yeah, literally.
Oh man, you got a cough, buddy. Well, we have the probe now coming up through the middle. And going to be checking into the main here on the left. Seed, you know, he's a tough guy to predict what he's going to do. He definitely has a deeper understanding of the game than most players, but oftentimes goes for maybe attempting to win in ways that are maybe just a little bit too fancy. You know, maybe incorporating some risk when there isn't any risk necessary.
Well,
And I feel like Seed's a player who would probably beat players better than him quite often,
sure,
but might lose to players worse than him
quite often. as well.
quite often because of his play style.
Yeah, it definitely could be the case. It's kind of interesting in this series particularly. In Game 1, he kind of took the extra risk, the extra super greed that shouldn't work. And then in Game 2, he did the safest thing you can do. Like, just so safe, he's like, well, you just can't kill me early on. You can't do it. And forced his way into the long macro game and ended up winning. So, definitely mixing it up quite a bit as well in this series.
Well, we have the Reaper now coming up over here to do some scouting. The Stalker is nearly out. He just has to try to control these probes as well as he can to get them away. And it looks like he's going to have no problem with that as the Mothership Core comes out here and drives that Reaper back out.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, actually, what we're seeing as well, because normally you see a Nexus on, like, 21 with 1 gas, and then you get the Mothership Core, like, just a really quick Nexus. But in this case, he actually got Mothership Core, Stalker, and Warp Gate Research before this Nexus. So the Nexus is incredibly, incredibly slow compared to this command center, which I don't even know what build this is that I'm seeing out of Seed. Is this to pressure? I mean, does he just really badly want to scout the Mothership Core? It's kind of weird.
Well, MMA here. Definitely a guy I think just wants to get that small edge early on and then scout. And it seems to me that Seed is sort of doing the same thing. He's just getting that robo out now that he's got a base up. And, you know, I think a lot of this is going to come down to, you know, what they can read from each other here in the mid game, you know. Also important to note, MMA just now got a glimpse of the robo. And nicely done. Maybe I should say poorly done there by MMA for losing that Reaper. But that means he doesn't have any more scouting ability unless he's going to be scanning, which would mean no mules.
Yeah, he did see the robo, so that's something.
Oh,
that's cool.
That's in our studio.
I think those two did not win right after each other. I think someone moved those photos around. We actually have them in order of the people who won.
I was going to say, actually, that didn't seem right. That Artie, man, you got a bad cough, buddy. What if you get sick again? That's the worst. Artosis was sick in the early part.
You don't get sick twice right in a row. It doesn't happen.
I hope not. Artosis said as he rubbed the snot out of his nose with some Kleenex and then coughed into his hand.
No, you made me start coughing when you made that joke. It was too funny.
That was good, the running from Vikings.
Yeah.
The jokes that kill, man. So,
These Vikings landed don't chase things tasteless. They're slow and they suck.
Yeah, that's why that joke's so good.
Yeah. Like,
Well-
that doesn't happen. I know about StarCraft.
Well, there's going to be a drop coming up here. It's possible Seed could take some damage from this. He's in a rush to get Colossus here. Oh, wow. He just runs up here and gets a few probes. That was 3 workers killed. Meanwhile, a drop still en route over here towards the main. And another medevac coming out here. It looks like he's going to rally that medevac also to pick up some more Marines.
We have 4 Stalkers and an Observer in the main, so I can't imagine this doing damage unless Seed just moves out of position, which is a possibility. You might think the drop should have been there by now if it's coming. Okay, he's actually still completely in position.
Well, this is a big mistake. I don't even know if he should be dropping here at all. This is actually...
Yeah.
This is getting a little bit too fancy here, MMA.
It is. He lost both Widow Mines there, didn't really do any damage anywhere. In the meantime, he is taking a nice quick third. Twilight going up, Colossus on the way. Seed is like playing super safe here. 4 Observers even.
And again, that medevac going to be driven out here. It looks like for now, really MMA is just milking out the Mothership Core energy here by forcing Nexus Cannon over and over, keeping Seed on 2 base in a just really, really defensive.
Yeah.
Really
he needs his third base.
Uncomfortable feeling he's got here. Yeah. Well, MMA with his map control is taking the third. The Observer, by the way, has not gone up to the upper left to see if there's any expansion there. Seed may assume there's already an expansion there, but he can't confirm it yet.
Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. But what does Seed want to do from here? Is he going to play another unbelievably safe game? You know,
Well, he could.
it's obviously like a bit of a different opening that he's given us this game, but so far it's been like really, really safe as well. Okay, actually a Dark Shrine going up right now. That's actually, I find that a little bit surprising.
Seed.
So you know what? I think I know what this will be. He should push up with his main army and make it seem like he's doing maybe a 2-base attack.
And then does he bring a Warp Prism into the
Yeah.
main with and warp the DTs in there?
All your DTs need are like 10 seconds alone with those SCVs, man, and you can win the game. You just put them in the room for just a little bit. You'll get confessions out of those SCVs, Stasis.
I think we're going to have that pretty soon here, too. Is there any merit, if, as he does this, to then follow it up with Zealot Archon or something here? Just give him the Templar Archives? Or is he actually going to take a third base? Am I completely misreading this? Because
I think you're misreading it. I think he's taking a third.
I misread game 2. I was like, oh, he's powering hard on 2 bases, but it was not the case.
Yeah, well, he was. You were right. He just took a third after it. So I think for sure this is a third base build. You don't go DTs at this time and then end the game. Like, the DTs, I almost look at the Dark Shrine as like forges. You know, it's like a big investment for long-term success.
Okay, I
Because,
like that.
I mean, the best the DT will do at this point is like some harassment damage, which gives you like a little bit of an edge that you work up over time. You know, you use that little bit of an edge to maybe get the expansion up or have a slight lead in some ways.
All right, he's sending the DTs over here, at least one going to get the SCVs, and then splitting these other ones up over here to these various locations. He could get a lot of kills here.
And this is kind of like a funny timing for those DTs, so he's not actually completely ready for this. In fact, these DTs are doing some pretty severe damage.
Yeah,
this Dark Shrine has already paid for itself.
Nicely done. Big interruption here with the mining, and more SCVs are continuing to get picked up.
Man.
Okay, really good. He sends that one DT back up there to the third base where the mining would continue. If he does reclaim that, is just continue to do some more damage over there. No scans so far. There it is.
Well, will end up killing his off, but these did so much damage. 14 SCVs killed, lots of lost mining time, canceled missile turret. I think he got an add-on on one of the Raxes. All these scans having to be used. During this time, he's gotten himself Psystorm. He has multiple Colossi. Seed, like, has gained, in my opinion, a lead from this. Even though we have, like, for instance, a supply advantage for MMA, I like the position of Seed. He's actually remembering to get charged this game. That's good.
The DTs are very effective. He now has the ability to use that for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
He forced a lot of scans. Let's not forget, it's not just the SCVs that are killed. It's the fact that Terran's scanning himself over and over, so he's not dropping mules. And mules basically the best thing in the whole game.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
So, a pretty nice blow there.
Well, yeah, look at that. 14 SCVs killed. Really nicely done. So his army is getting better and better. The spies are becoming a lot closer. MMA does have a bit of a lead there. I think that's fine. Lot of zealots out. He does need that charge to finish. That's actually very, very important. He is doing some harassment over there.
Did he pull the boys?
Oh, God. You might be right.
There's a long line there.
No, okay.
No. Sorry. False alarm, guys.
Yeah, no boys have been pulled in the making of this game.
Yep. And we have a drop that's going to be going over here into the main. Meanwhile, a Zealot counterattack over at the entrance. Now
that is a
goal
big drop, man.
The goal here is to get Protoss spread out enough that they can't defend any one place adequately, and things start to spiral out of control.
Well, with no charge yet, this is actually doing an okay job. Does come in here. Once again, the Colossus in the main base. Such a funny way that Seed plays this. Look at that. That's just like where he puts his Colossus.
That is so weird, because Terran could actually just drop on top of that.
I guess.
I mean, it's not something people normally do, which maybe is kind of like a meta placement thing.
Yeah, yeah.
The Terrans normally are dropping on the edges, so your Colossus just zaps them from a distance, but you could just fly in their boost and actually drop right there, kill the Colossus, then kill the Nexus. So it seems like something if you would just adjust your playstyle to.
Maybe Maru would try something like that.
He's like, aha!
But definitely a very different brand of defense here from Seed, but so far so good.
Pressure here on the third base. So far, it's not forcing a lift just yet, although that could change. That Seed actually pushing out now.
That DT actually doing a lot of damage up there. Look at that.
Gotta say, Seed not playing poorly here.
No, certainly not. Differently, but not poorly.
No, there's not really any anti-air here, so that Colossus goes down. Some storms rain down as well. Although it does seem like it's almost a matter of time before Terran can push up here. Terran just looking so scary. Doing us the nice hold position there. So they're spread out, not as effective against the storm. Seed, though, still doing some damage back there at the third. It's not really being mined from.
Yeah, he's going to lose his third here, but he's dealing enough damage to his opponent's third that he isn't completely out of this game because of this. Well, let's see how he can do here.
MMA might just be too strong here. Okay, we have a
That's
Zealot
a huge warp in.
That is what he needed. But is it enough?
Actually, Mass DT's been warped in as well.
Oh my God, he actually drove him out.
Yes, indeed he did.
Pretty close there.
Both these guys just trading huge blows against each other.
It's actually 80, no, excuse me, I bad eyesight, 62 to 54 for worker count. 3 base versus 2 base. It looks like Seed's army just a little bit stronger.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see if it stays that way.
Well, he's going to pick up here. And we'll see where exactly he decides to land that. I assume it's just going to be to the location to the right of his main.
And it looks like enough armor. Actually, no attack upgrade on these DTs, huh? Yeah.
No, that's too bad.
So he's no longer one-shotting SCVs. Those are, I would actually suggest that he stops making them.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not one-shotting SCVs. I don't know what you're doing with the DT harassment anymore.
They'll take way too long to kill.
Yeah. Kill half as many
Maybe bring
SCVs.
like a DT and a Zealot or something, but...
A DT and a probe.
Yeah.
But MMA is really getting some mining done here once again. We do have a prism flying around. Not sure what's in it. Okay, nothing.
Well, he's driven out those medevacs. MMA in an economical position that is just superior right now. And it's up to Seed really to punish this pretty quickly.
Trying to get rid of one of these upgrades.
I think the SCVs can just repair it in time.
He was a bit indecisive there. Deciding to let them attack and move out of the way there.
Is this a third? Yeah. Don't forget, guys, MMA lost the last game because he was flying around harassing too much when he was in a good position. So this could be a similar situation in this game as well.
With this amount of bases, MMA looking pretty strong right now. Has a good amount of medevacs out there as well at 9. Colossi just kind of standing that main. No longer mineral line. There's no minerals left in the main. Still defending, though. I guess with how common main drops are here, kind of useful.
Well, Protoss is moving out here. Army supplies are pretty even here. The question is, can Seed engage correctly?
Yeah.
Seed now backing up here. Again, not a lot of time here remaining for Seed. He has to do something. It's, 4 base to 3. He has been harassing, yes, but, he has to actually get in there and really stop something from working for Terran. You know what I mean? Force a lift, kill a command center, something like that.
Yeah, these drops he's doing actually aren't doing anything.
And speaking of which, this drop, I think there's a drop. Is that in the center right? That should be MMA with about 3 medevacs, I believe. Now this is not bad. Target down some SCVs. Oh!
Whoa. Well, he sees Templars there. Doesn't want to lose everything there to try to kill Colossus. Actually, I guess the Zealot's still doing something up here.
Yeah, didn't that die like a minute ago?
I thought so, but +2 armor upgrade, pretty good.
Okay, he's going for it.
That's a scary army right there. That is a lot of Archons. Quite a few
The
charge
question
logs.
is, what does this army in the center, lower center here do?
Well, that's some pretty good EMPs, and I hear EMP can be good
Nothing
against
so far.
Archon.
All right, he backs up. Now that's been forced to lift. Is he just going to run in?
Well, there have been some Zealots that warped in there. Coming back with the rest of his Colossi. Has so few Stalkers, he actually can't punish these drops as well as he used to be able to. Well, actually, I guess he does have 7 Stalkers. It doesn't feel like that, though.
Are they all with his army?
Some are in the main base, it looks like, right now.
It must be. Yeah, there they are. Because I've only seen 2 in that big army.
Yeah.
But he's morphing some more, and they're both about to be maxed out, by the way.
Very interesting and fun games from these two.
Yeah, this game especially pretty epic.
Seems like they're pretty well matched.
Okay, so he's going to begin to move up here.
Well, that is a lot of Zealots there.
Nice
Good
storm.
Psystorm does go down. A lot of EMPs flying. He still has Psystorms left, though.
Okay, another Psystorm there. Can he get any more volleys off? Oh my God, and MMA, is going right for these Colossi over here.
Looks like just barely not enough for Seed here, and that means that MMA will be able to overpower him, killing off every Colossi here in a second, killing off almost every High Templar as well. Can Seed hold on now?
It's tough to say.
Well, it looks like MMA didn't actually rally units down for this, so he can't actually continue the attack right now. Was just a chase. But that does give him a pretty sizable supply lead. It's funny, that was actually a pretty darn close battle for a while. MMA just won it towards the end, and now look at the difference in army supply after all that.
It was that EMP that got the 4 Templars.
It was pretty big, yeah. That left him with like 1 Psystorm left.
You know what thing you can do, for instance, for that planetary up there is just warp in 1 Stalker.
Yeah, it's a great way to
behind
deny those
minerals. Just shoot down SCVs that way.
Super annoying.
It's
And even
out of
if they
range
come
of
to chase, you can sometimes get the Stalker out of there, which
They
is
just blink away.
Can be so annoying.
Well, MMA again, just so careful, so safe. He doesn't want to bungle this lead he's got. Seed very defensive, hanging on for anything before he gets knocked out here. Oh, there he goes, Tasteless Strat.
Tasteless
Strat called again.
These guys just copy you all day.
I know, I'm sick of it. So, another engagement over here. But Terran is hitting in 2 locations at once, knowing that Protoss has an inferior supply.
Well, right now he is attacking. A lot of Colossus coming up. He absolutely cannot win this on this front. Does get to pull back. Another attack here on the other base. So, yep, does have some storms left. Beautiful storms going out. Wow. Look how deep red everything is. Still picks it off, though.
Well, I think we're slowly watching Seed starve to death. I mean, MMA has won this through like 100 small good plays. And Seed's handled some of those plays very well and others not so well. But
yeah,
the result is a
Thing is,
economically drying up Protoss against the Terran that actually has a surprising number of bases in map control.
I still give like a chance to Seed just because, you know, if he gets one really great engagement, that can give him the tempo he needs to run up and kill a base or two.
That is true.
So there's still a chance here. He still has a very strong army. I mean, look, that's still a good army he's got there. He shouldn't win this, but yeah, you know Protoss.
Well, MMA is interested in winning this, and I don't blame him because he's definitely got a substantial enough lead. All he has to do is stop Protoss from getting another base. So he's going to drop over here, take out this pylon, and meanwhile come down here to another base and try to shut down.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That is... And, well, that's where Seed is like, oh, I guess I'm going back to Code A. I'm going home to Code A.
I'm going home to Code A. That's good. Man,
there's a subway stop only him and Curious can get off at. Tasteless. It's called Code A.
Well, a bunch of beautiful storms here that don't really matter because Protoss is in shambles right now. In fact, it's 50 supply right now to 158.
Yep.
And that number is getting lower and lower. Now it's at 33. GG. Seed is the first out. MMA will go on to face off against Deer.
That's right. Deer's going to be a tougher opponent, I do think, but Seed actually played pretty well. Like, you know, I don't really have too many problems. He plays kind of a little bit different from the other Protosses. He always has, though. Some of his defense was a bit funny, but like, for instance, that DT drop, I quite liked it. The safeness of his play, I quite liked it. Some stuff you don't really quite expect. Unfortunately, he is out of Code S for now, but we could see him back next season.
Never count Seed out. Just a little bit outclassed by MMA. MMA, he also, he patched up some of his play back there at the end. He just made sure in the last game not to harass too much. You know, not to just, he waited until he was absolutely had the lead, and then he went in for the kill move.
That is actually MMA's MO, really, is, you know, through a series like a best of 3, best of 5, etc., he learns about the way his opponent plays and adapts his play throughout.
We're going to go to a short break, and when we come back, we'll have our final match, MMA against Deer.